Nope, was not on. Live, going live. Been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a while since I even uploaded. Let's see if anybody logs in, how many people show up, how's the sound quality. Maybe do some live streams on Facebook. Looks like more people logging on Facebook and Instagram when it comes to live streams. YouTube's just easier. Not really, they're all pretty easy. Doing multiple, that's when it gets difficult. But if it's just like one platform, that's pretty easy. So I don't have like any cool backgrounds like MGM. Those guys are overachievers. So, oh man, there's so much stuff going on. Oh, we got a couple people. I wish I knew who was like in here. Hit that smash button, hit the like button. Let me know if you can hear me. Ask questions. It's like an open format. It's not really anything like planned. It's basically, you know, basically just live talking about karting, talk about what's been going on, last couple series, last couple events, anything you guys want to know. So, should be pretty good. Should be pretty good, hopefully. And get it here in a second. Then I'll just start blabbering away. God, it's been so dang hot. Where have you been? Watching you from Canada. Cheers. Jesus, wait, what's Max? How's the weather in Canada? To be honest, how's the weather? You guys been killing up there in CKNA Canada lately. That's that's been pretty good. I've been following that around. Competition's been really good up there. Grands should be really. I mean, Grands this year should be crazy. It should be insane. If you guys didn't know, hey, what's up, Stuart? If you guys don't know, Kart Chaser announced that they will be covering the event for the grants. So it will be live on Kart Chaser. We will have Kart Chaser covering grands this year. They said in their live stream, so I mean, I'm guessing the cat's out of the bag, even though they haven't made a post about it, I don't think. So you hear it now first. Ugh. Damn hot feels like Florida. Shut the heck up. What's damn? All right, temperature wise. Now do it in Fahrenheit. Don't give me Celsius crap because I don't know the hell that means. Love the chant. Dealing with the hop and fast corners. Care to share any wisdom? Comp for our chassis 206 on MG Reds. Okay. What type of hop? Is it hop because you're tight, or is it hop because you're jacking too fast and setting it down too fast? Yeah. Question is which axle? Are you do you have the standard axle in it? Hard, soft? Gives a little bit more variables. Medium axle. All right. What track? And then is it like high grip, low grip? Only in the fast corners, high grip pavement. Um, mm, took all the caster. Well, if you take the caster out and widen, it's like almost doing the same thing, almost in a sense. Um, you're just delaying the jacking effect of the cart. So taking caster out creates the jack, right? So you add negative camber. Soft reps frees up the chest for two. Okay. Robert goes with the softer axle. I go with the stiffer axle. Are you on a 40 millimeter? Plus, it's MG Reds, dude. We don't have good grip on MG Reds. Not even that much grip. Anybody else has some advice? Throw it in there. Feels like Florida. Max, I want to know the weather. Oh, it's a 50. Oh, 4 is a 50? 50 millimeter? Oh, I definitely don't go softer. That in my personal opinion. Do you run heavy or medium weight? Man, now we're going deep into this. Heavy. Hmm. Your seat stiffness. You have like the standard seat, Steve seat. Oh, good question. You running seat struts or no seat struts? This is the thing about yeah, overinflate the tire, see what happens. Beds over gripping. I'm running a rib tech seat. The rib tech seat is a great seat. Don't get me wrong. The only issue I found is releases the cart in like weird situations. So in the tight section, the cart doesn't bind. It feels like a spring coil. Um, like you go into a hairpin and the rib tech will like coil up your cart. Feels like a spring. And then the moment you open your hands up, boom, freaking shoots you out of the corner. Comp car replicas. So I don't think the seat is the problem. Um, from from personal, I mean, I haven't driven a. From personal experience, where's Noah? Noah's not live here in here. Noah, oh man. All right, so Noah had a comp car, a 4R. He raced out in Texas. Um, yeah, I lost some weight because I've been sick. I'm gonna get into that a little bit of why I haven't been racing too much. And what's been going on. Um, use a rib protector. Um, I don't use a rib protector, but you can use a rib protector. I don't think it's the seat. I wish Noah was in here. So stiffer axle, right? Yeah, you stiffen up the axle and you cut it super short. Um, Vance too, or Vincent as well. He runs really, really narrow and a stiff axle on those 4Rs to free them up with the 50 millimeter axle too. So he also runs I don't know what type of seat he runs in. I know the seat was like a medium seat level. It was like a standard tillet seat in the cart. So this is just my general thing. All right, when it comes to chassis, if you have a soft chassis, you put a stiff seat in and a hard axle in. I run hard axles no matter where the hell I go, but I also don't run really wide anywhere I go either. So the wider you've been going, the better it's been getting. Shit tacos. Yes, only slightly though. Ah, stiffer axle. Oh, my first suggestion would be stiffer axle. And if you're running seat struts, take them off. And when I mean stiffer axle, like I immediately get a 1,000 millimeter hardest axle and I cut an inch off of each side, no matter what car I drive. But that's just my preference. Oh, just take the seat struts off first. Yeah, do that first. That'll probably fix the issue. Get the back of the chassis to flex a little bit. Would the clutch cause a hop? Oh, looking to change clutches. Jesus, I got confused. Yeah. Um, Yusuf, I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. take the seat struts off first. If that doesn't help, you can do two things. You can cut the axle you currently have to help, or go with a stiffer axle. Also, the right height in the rear, I would drop the chassis raise axle. So wherever the bolt holes are on your cassettes, just drop the back of the axle. All right. Yeah. It's cut to 1,000 millimeter. I'll be like 980, 980, 960. I'm running 930s. So yeah, I cut the crap out of it. The max width I can get with a standard OTK hub, which are 92 millimeters, is right at 52 inches in the rear widthwise. My new MGM is set up a little bit differently just to test some things out. I have 1,000 millimeter, but I cut it to 980 automatically, and I put it at 54 inches. Yeah. Clutch. I'm running a max torque clutch right now, and I've been playing with clutch engagements. So at the slower corners, I'm a person, I lock up the clutch, real low engagement. I was in, I want to say Amarillo. Yeah, I was in Amarillo for TSRS before they kicked me out. Um, and I was having an issue getting out of the. I was bogging the motor getting out of one of the corners. It was like 5 or 6. I contacted Joe, and Joe told me to bump the engagement up to like 3,600, and it kept the motor in a happier spot. So I've been playing around with higher clutch engagements, but I use the max torque. Only downside to max torque, I'm going to say this: when you spin out, do not pin it. You're going to burn it up. All right. Dude, I'm kicked out. I don't think I could. I don't even give a shit anymore. Um, and then don't spin out when you pin it. And when you leave the pits, just get on it. It'll slip a little bit. Let it off. Get on it. Let off. Let it wear until it warms up. After it warms up, it's great. I switched to max torque because if you weigh all the clutches, it's it's extremely light, like almost 10 ounces lighter than any other clutch out there. It's insane. And then there's way too much adjustability and crap like that. But it's nice to have the adjustability of where it engages, how high it engages. It doesn't slip on the high end. I don't get a burr anymore on my crank. So if you've been getting a burr on the crank, it's been basically it slips a little bit on the off the limiter. And I like to eat the limiter, so I'm on the limiter 90% of the time. Aluminum hubs, you can try some mag hubs. Um, I would honestly just take the seat struts off and see what happens first. Yeah, I'm allowed to talk about that. Yeah, I got kicked out of TSRS. Why did I get kicked out of TSRS? Because it is a political stranglehold on the series, and it's killing karting. I didn't talk bad about SCUSA or IKF. The only thing I said about SCUSA is since they're affiliated with SCUSA, I would be ashamed to be affiliated with a regional series like that. That's it. Um, Tech's a joke. They DQ people for like the reasons they like to make up. Um, it's insane. I'm glad I got 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 kicked out because seeing the last round and how bad it was. Yeah, I would definitely glad they kicked me out for sure. Yeah, those fire. Max Torque has a couple of different brake pads, Jesus, different clutch pads out now. So I don't know which to get. Um, I would if you I don't know how. I know Mark Steele, he runs it. I don't know how much information he'd give you, but he probably could give you a lot more information of, which pads to buy with it. Eli Yanko, he can help you. He's up there too. So Max, I would get with Eli. um, Mark or Demers about clutches. I'm not sure what clutch Demer runs. I don't know. He was all about Burrell, and then he's on the KR now, so he's kind of all over the place. Oh man, that's good talking to you guys. It's been a minute. Man, got the new MGM, and it's just I haven't had time to go race or anything. Weather has been crazy out here. It's been stupid hot, stupid hot. Yeah, I do run the Max Torque Dragon Skin. With the brake pad material and the six spring. It has 9 springs. 9 springs, and I run I want to say 7 gram weights on them. 7 gram weights, and I don't know the color of the spring. Sorry. I know my engagement's right around 36, 3700. I'm letting it engage later just to keep it right around the max peak torque area. Far shot, don't even start with me. All right. You shifter guys, it's way too much work to race a shifter. What jets to use, set up. Don't even get me started on driving the damn thing. It's just way, 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 way too much crap to deal with. Hey, if TSRS is paying attention, and I don't know if Farshad's making like trophies for everybody, but he made some badass trophies for the Orlando Cup. TSRS should reach out to Farshad Bagari. He makes some pretty good trophies. We lost your. Oh, so wait, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Are you just joking with me, or you really can't hear me? Because it's still tracking that I'm saying stuff. Farshad, you dude, son of a gun. No, it's Farshad fucking with me, probably. it's probably Farshad fucking with me. Oh god, yeah. No, reach out to them. Definitely good. Yeah, Farshad's a great guy. I love him to death. Miss him. Uh, yeah, he can hear. He's not listening. All right. So, when I first got into karting, um, even before I got into karting, hydration's been a big thing, and it's been so damn hot here in Florida and everywhere in the country. Everything's about hydration. In the military, talk about drink water, always drink water, always drink water, 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 water. They beat that into you. They drill that into you, right? We go into these environments that are stupid hot. We wear heavy gearing, but water just runs right through you, and they tell you that, and then they give you mixed drinks. So it's really the stuff that you need to look for, like potassium, sodium, to keep you going, and make sure you eat, but don't eat crap. So when I first got into karting, I was not very good about when I got out about hydrating with water. All right. Um, I drink a lot of water now, but the first couple months getting out of the military and going to driving, yeah, I hydrate a lot with beer after the race. But before the races, and like the nights before the race and leading up to a race, so you really want to start your hydration 3 days prior. That's what I do, before a race weekend that you're going to be outside. And I like to use liquid IV, right? I'll drink a liquid IV, eat a banana, and then peanut butter, or just some snacks, leading up to the event. And then the day of the event, so say that morning, I always stop and get 2 coconut waters, and then a Gatorade, and then I always drink 3 packets of liquid IV throughout the event, and I drink water in between. So when I come off track, even though I don't like it, I down a bottle of water right away, and then I sip on a liquid IV until my next event, and then I try to stay cool because I overheat easily. So we were down in Homestead, Miami, for one of the very first races that they're building back up, AMR, and they're 206 Um, even now, but back in like 2016, 17, 8, somewhere around there, 17, 18, Homestead had massive cart counts for senior and heavy, like big cart counts, even juniors. And it was really hot that day, and I did not hydrate. I thought I did, but I did not hydrate at all. No, I was drinking water, but the water was just running right through me. I didn't eat anything all day. I didn't do any of that. So basically, I got myself dehydrated to a really, really, really bad point. I ended up getting rabo. It's really long words like rabomyosis or rabo something. It's basically when the muscle breaks down so far, it releases a toxic bacteria into your blood, which shuts down your kidneys, which it happened to me. I gotta thank my brother. Thank God that my brother, and then, oh my God, what's his name? For his name escaped my head. I can't remember. TB down in freaking Miami. Farsha was the guy's name. TB down in Miami. Um, I forgot his name. What up, Dave? I forgot his name. Dang it. Well, they took care of me, and then they got me to a hospital. So at that time I weighed right around 200 pounds, right? 205. I got to the hospital. I could barely walk into the ER. They stood me on the scale. It read 173. I was like, damn, this scale's busted. I was like, this scale's busted. And the guy's like, he looks at me and he sees, like, he goes, so what you been doing? I was like, I've been throwing up, and then I didn't know I was seizuring and cramping up so bad. Like, all my muscles were just dried and just horrible. And he's asked me, when's the last time you used the bathroom? I said, I haven't used the restroom. Um, and he goes, we need to get you to the back now. So looking for a vein, they couldn't find one in my arm, so they had to use one in my hand. Mark, yeah, Mark. I forgot his last. So it was Mark, and yeah, they used a vein in my hand. I took, I think it was 8 bags of IV before I used the bathroom again. My kidneys had shut down, so they had to restart them. Um, it was a very horrible, scary experience. And then the recovery from that is it's a long recovery process too. Because even after I got they refired the kidneys off, you pee looking like tea. It looks like freaking tea coming out. It wasn't much, and I mean, 7 bags. I lost almost 30 something pounds off of water weight and everything else. Spent 3 days in the hospital. Miguel was more mad that he had to burn 3 days of personal time. So now I'm big on eating throughout the day, and I usually eat like fruits, vegetables, not vegetables, mostly fruit and like snacks, like, but like peanuts and something to fill you up, but not, nothing bad. My hardest part still is like eating a meal though, like throughout the day of racing. Um, I just I'm guessing because I'm just snacking the whole time eating, I just don't feel like eating a meal. So shove a meal down is hard, but I like to harp on the part that it's not just water, right? Because you can drink tons of water and you use the bathroom and it looks good, but it's not really working when you really look at it. You can still cramp up in the afternoon at the end of the day, and you wonder why. And then people now they see me and that I drink, you know, basically stay hydrated all day. At the end of the day, it's like, how can you drink a beer? I was like, well, I'm hydrated up to the point that, I'm fine. I don't get any of the cramps anymore at night and stuff like that. But the recovery from that was a long process because then your blood starts making extra protein that it doesn't need, which also affects your kidneys. So basically, long story short, you guys got to keep yourself hydrated, but it's not just water. Kelvin uses Pedialyte. That tastes like crap, but he gets used to the taste. There's some Gatorade electrolytes out there. There's a new company that I've been trying out. It's been invented by a Navy SEAL. It's in a liquid form. The name skipped me, but it starts with a P. I've been using that. I drink that once a day now. But I make sure during this hot weather for sure that I stay hydrated because I don't handle the heat like I used to before. I get once you get a heat exhaustion or heat injury, you're more prone to having one later on. So, banana milk is awesome at the grocery store. Yeah, um, that is a good way. Same thing with soy milk. If you just change out the soy milk. Nicole's made me some not protein shakes, like a banana shake with some other stuff in it. Um, Yep, stay up with electrolytes. That's also huge. It is really up with the electrolytes and replenishing yourself with all the stuff you lost. Because people, oh yeah, well I sweat when I drink a lot of water, but I still end up with cramps. That's what I get. That's what I hear, and that's what they ask me. It's like, what do you do? I say, well, I do this, 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 and this. They're like, well, you know, I don't do that much. Watermelon, pineapple. Yep. Stay away from the sugars. Um, correct. It's really about, safety, and it just comes down to being safe. And sometimes I've been brought up in this because of, like, since I don't talk about it, but I joined right at 18, right? And it's yeah, you can't race if you're not healthy, right? Shades of fan goes away. Yep, cool temp. So I've been, like, drilled into it. Like, I have a no quit attitude, right? That's just the way I am. I took a weight to the shoulder. I should have just stopped, right? But in my mind, that's quitting, and I fight with that a lot because I don't like quitting. I don't have a no quit attitude. You can't tell me, hey, I can't be done. No, there's a way to do it, right? Someone's gonna figure out a way, right? You can't harness electricity. A motherfucker figure out a way, right? All right. Oh, you can't make an automobile. You can't fly this. There's a way to do it. Okay. You just can't say, oh, it can't be done. No, we just haven't found the way of doing it. So sometimes I don't listen to the stuff that's happening, right, to me. So yeah, fight smart. Yeah, fight smart. Now fight smart. But it's been embedded in this, like, do not quit, but it's like this toxic culture. Not It wasn't a toxic culture at that point in time. It's really not. It's not toxic. It's more of a survival instinct. Like, you want to, it's live or die. So I'm always stuck in that live or die phase, and I'm just not going to quit. So the reason everybody asking you haven't been uploading a lot of videos, you haven't been racing. Well, first I got kicked out of Texas because that series is amazing. Not the whole state of Texas, just TSRS. But another reason is I've been getting a pain in my neck. Right, I've been getting a pain in my left shoulder. So I decided to go physical therapy for it. Decided to go to a doctor, and then get that looked after. So uh, I was not feeling good at all. They had been giving me medication, and then since I suffer from, PTSD, and have a bad anxiety depending on what situation I'm in. That's why sometimes after a race, if I'm not in a good mood, just don't talk to me because you're not gonna like the answers I give you because I'm just trying to cool off and control myself. Um, I was starting to get like a chest pain in my chest, so I never go to the ER. And I finally said, you know what? Let's just go to the ER. Let's just get this checked out. Make sure I'm not having a heart attack for some reason. Because lately I've had a lot of friends in the military have been having heart problems. So I was like, maybe it's some of the shit that maybe it's one of the shots they've given me. It's coming back to bite me in the ass. No, I went in there, everything's good with my heart. They checked out my heart, my lungs, everything's fine, good to go. Went to a doctor today. All the readings look great. Um, but they took an X-ray of my neck, and they found out that I have severe arthritis in my neck, which is causing a pinching sensation on the nerve that's running down my arm. So that's what I've been dealing with lately is a pinched nerve in my neck because of arthritis. Basically, they said my neck looks like a 70-year-old man. That's what I told I told everybody. I was like, joining the military has been the best and worst decision of my life. Oh man. But no, the old ticker's good. Nothing bad in that front. Just gotta get my neck figured out and fixed out, which I'm in the right path of recovery. So I've decided to step away from karting for a couple of weeks. Um, but I'll definitely be back. It'll be September, one of the return races. Once I find out which weekend I'm free, either I'm going to do. I know you guys are going to freak out. If I'm either going to do WKA Charlotte for the Grands Nationals, their Grands, or SSKC the next round at PK Motorsports. I'm hoping I can do the SSKC at PK if that weekend's free, because that's a track I haven't been to. That's a track I don't think not anybody's been to except for Rock Cup. They got to go do it in Rotax Nationals. It looks like a cool track, kind of bumpy, technical, nice facility. So definitely that would be a nice thing to do. If not, go back up to WKA Grands in Charlotte and see if I can go up there and defend the what I won last year. And then that would be a good warm up up to Grands in Newcastle, Indiana. So that's really the whole goal of it. I'm not taking out the cart. The cart is ready to go. Um, just the driver needs to get ready first. But I wanted to come on here and talk about, health and not just about hydration, but just health in general. Sometimes we ignore some of the signs. Yeah, I am planning on being at the 24-hour event too. So I am getting geared up for racing again. I'm just making sure I'm back to 100%. Looking at the neck situation, the pinched nerve situation, there's no way to get back to 100% at the moment. But there are steps, and I've gone through the steps before with this. I had back surgery back in 2021 for issues that were caused by the military. So I have gone through these steps, and I have gotten a lot better. So I'm just saying that take care of yourself. Sometimes taking a step back doesn't mean that you're retreating or quitting. It just means that you're just trying to see the overall picture and overall goal. Um, because if you're not above ground, you're not going to be able to race anyway. So definitely take care of yourself. And then, yeah, if you guys have any questions, more than happy to answer them. I do have a couple of things. Are you wearing a neck brace? Nah, fuck that shit. I ain't wearing no damn neck brace. Um, oh, wild carding? I don't wear a neck brace wild carding, if that's the question. And I don't wear a neck brace, not yet. And I don't wear a neck brace here neither. I have gotten a different pillow, and I'm sleeping on my back now, which has been difficult to get used to. So that's different. Um, But no, I don't wear only if they require me to wear a neck brace at an event. Those neck brace they bother me. I can't see. Definitely no neck brace. But I also have some more. All right. Oh, okay. So once we got all that hydration stuff out of the way, we're all right. I got something cool to show you guys. All right. And you'll be able to get them too. All right. I've been working with Podium Products on some stuff because I know you guys been saying, "Oh, we you got more hats and more shirts and when's this gonna happen? When's that gonna happen?" I'm gonna have a couple of videos coming out as well, more about like parts, what parts to buy for your cart or to carry on spare, what I have on spare, tools that I use for karting, and then I forgot. There's another video I did too, but I forgot. I know I did the one about part. Oh, maintenance of what I do after I'm done with the race weekend. Because everybody says, why do you take your cart completely apart after every race weekend? Well, I like to check on parts. All right. I'm kind of anal. I don't talk about it much, but there's a method to my madness of what I do. I use everybody's like, well, you don't change your springs ever, and you don't do this, you don't do that. I was like, if you take care of the crap, you really don't have to do much to it. If you take care of it, it lasts a long time. So, but I do have something to show you, something I've been working with. I have not posted a picture of it. I'll probably post a picture. Um, oh, you're 61. My, you're way older than me, though. I don't know. I mean, the neck brace really doesn't do anything. It doesn't hold your neck up when you're racing. In my what class am I running Daytona? Well, there I'm trying to do a little deal. If the deal goes through, I am not going to run Daytona this year. So uh, Daytona's like right in the middle of the week again, and I'm not going to burn time to go run Daytona in the middle of the week. So yeah, I've run 2 cycle. I don't. I've never heard of the brand, but whatever Farshad suggested, I would definitely um, recommend. He's a nut. He's a health nut, so I definitely recommend that. You see, this is all right. Later on when I get better on these live streams, I'm gonna be able to like Google it and then pull it up on the side and then show you guys of what someone just suggested. But I'm not up to that level yet. Okay, I've been messing around with the sound bar that Chris has gotten me. So this is, and I haven't input the sounds yet, but I'm getting much better. Nicole, don't be looking up crap. Okay, Jesus woman. Oh, yeah. So, do I ever run two? Sorry. Yeah, I've run 100s, road tags, at races, and then Farshad lets me drive his shifter from time to time. Doug let me drive his shifter, and not Doug. Ryan let me drive his shifter. So I do get into 2 cycle racing. I have been practicing lately more and more on it. I also run the 225 Tilston. Um, I do have to say something about the Tilston guys. Uh, Maybe their reliability isn't the best at the moment, but their customer support and their reception to feedback is is really really good. Like extremely good. Um so if you guys don't know, my 225 Tilston blew up. Decided to ejectocito everything. Uh I mean, Matt blew it up so bad it's unrecognizable. That's how bad he blew it up. Usually he put a hole in the front. This Joker put the hole in the front, the top, everywhere. Freaking everywhere. It was insane. So, I he asked if there was a warranty because Tilson was there and they said it was up to 20 hours, the warranty. And I was like, gee, how convenient. I'm at 26 hours. I'm like, you can buy a Briggs, brad the box, slap it on, and do a 24-hour event with no freaking issues. Right? Um, it's insane. Like I was like, this is bullshit. So I put a post up, and me being me, I don't hold anything back, but they reached out to me. And they were saying, yeah, they were saying, yeah, Orlando and Anderson, they generally blow up more compared to other places. Um, we're looking into it. We know, just riding the limiter is not that good. Why go? There's a big difference between what we run in the endurance race, which Andre puts us on a spec gear to stay off the limiter, and what we run on a normal Orlando Cup type situation. So it's a 5 tooth difference, honestly. We barely hit the limiter on the endurance race, and we just annihilated 4 times around the track on the regular Cup weekend. But it's literally 4 seconds faster a lap just by doing that. They are going to be reinforcing and changing some things up. They haven't told me exactly what they're changing and what they're doing, but they have looked into it. They also took care of customer service. I had to pay for shipping and reassembly, but they have replaced the long block for me. So I think they removed they took the manifold, the carb, the exhaust, and the flywheel off the old one, and the ignition core and put on the new one, and they took care of it. And the feedback, they're like, we're working on it. We know they're blowing up. Um, we definitely know that some things are bad, but we're new. We're starting out. I mean, we're learning more about it, and they're working on it. And their engine disparity before, you would buy 5 Tilsons out of the package, and all 5 would be different power levels. Like you have one that will be a second faster than the rest. 2 or 3 will be a half a second off. The other one will be like 2 or 3 tenths. Like none of the motors were close. You buy 5 Briggs and you're within 2 tenths. Just one felt better on the bottom, one felt better on the top. But when you came all across the line, it would be like a 2 tenths between 5 engines. The Tilsons were all over the place. Now the Tilsons are much tighter, much tighter on power. There might be from a second to like 4 tenths difference. I know it's a big difference still, but you don't have that big of a gap anymore between all of them. I'm trying to secure a dirt ride this year, guys. I've won the road racing side of the things. I've won the sprint side of things, and I've made my own little thing up. If I win one of the dirt races, I'll be a triple crown winner of Daytona. I don't think anybody else has done it yet, so I would definitely be the first. Oh, maybe somebody else has done it. I don't know. The only other person I can think of doing it would be like Colin Warren. Show off. Kid's a show off. Ever since he dyed his hair blonde, he hasn't done crap. I'm glad. I hope Robert's not watching this. Oh, we've had a bad engine. Oh man, no, it's been all good. Oh yeah, yeah. But I drive till I've driven through all the ranges of classes. The only one I've not driven is a Rock GP, which I heard they have more top end instead of bottom end. But the one I like to drive the most is the Rotax when it comes to 2 strokes. It takes a lot more throttle control. You just can't smash and go. You actually have to slowly lean into it. It's kind of weird. You give it gas, and then like picks up, picks up, picks up, picks up, picks up, and you start. It's like it's you have to drive it. If you've driven a Rotax, you understand what I mean. Um, the 125 Evos, they go right. You get on them. If you floor it, the 206 got more power coming out of the corners. That thing just dies. It's like, and then it goes, and then it takes off. That's why you have to like feather the throttle, get on the throttle better. It's more of a driver, type of instinct and feel. I don't know. The one I drove the other day is still freaking, unless it was not tuned right, it's still, you take a throttle control. The Rock GP has mid range monster. Yeah, I would like to try that. I heard it has a lot of monster power. I'm not opposed to racing other classes, of course not. That people say like, oh, no, they're. I mean, it's just racing other classes. You're talking about a whole new budget level. It gets way, way expensive racing another class. A 206 class, you can go out for $60 and on local and come home and be fine. As long as you keep up with your stuff, you don't have to. I do maybe rebuilds, and I race a lot. maybe twice a year on a rebuild. That's only if I feel like a little power difference. Other than that, I run 20 to 30 weekends on it. Really, the only time I do a rebuild is like right before Grands and right after Daytona. Yeah, those are when I do my rebuilds. Clutch maintenance, I just take it off, spray it, scrub the pads, put it back on, brake cleaner. Cart. Oh, cart. Why do I take it all apart? I like to check the bolts and everything, make sure I didn't bang anything throughout the weekend. Even though I didn't wreck, I do hit a lot of people from time to time. So I just want to make sure nothing's bent. No, tie rod ends. My biggest thing is checking tie rod ends. After a couple of weekends of races, maybe after a half a season, maybe 7 to 8 race weekends, I like to look at the tie rod ends real closely. They sometimes get a little slop or play in them, and that's really the one thing I replace mostly. I don't replace the bearings. The rear bearings, I flush them out. Really, the longer the rear bearings go and the smoother they get. People that keep replacing them over and over again, you there is a break-in time to time. So I don't do the bearings. Same thing with the front hub bearings. I just keep them well lubricated as well. So no, definitely I don't do the whole bearing thing. The new I mean, looking at the new MGM, the way I have it set up now, I'm really excited to get it out on track and see what it does. It might not stay in the same configuration, but I still got a double axle on it. I don't the I just flush it out. I use trifilo. Trifilo. I get home, I spray them out with brake cleaner, or I have I bought it from Harbor Freight. It's an air with a plastic hose. Um, I put into my fuel container and I spray out the bearings with that, and I clean the chain. I take the chain out, dump it in a Gatorade bottle, put fuel, shake it up, let it sit there, spray it all down, and put it back on. That's how I keep the chain. I don't replace chains all the time. I keep using the chain. I just make sure I clean the crap out of it. Uh, I hit a lot of tri-flow into the bearings. Um, when I'm done with the racing, if I don't use ethanol free fuel, you drain the carb bowl. I take the carb cap off and I spray a WD-40 down a little bit, and I put the carb cap back on. If I don't use ethanol free, if I use ethanol free, I just drain the carb bulb, and that's all you gotta do. Every 6 months, I replace my fuel lines because I've had races lost because of cracked fuel lines inside the fuel tank itself. So there'll be like the 6 month gap right around June. The whole cart comes off, like the whole cart comes completely apart, and that's when I replace most of my stuff that I need to replace, which turns out to be tie rod ends and fuel lines. That's basically about it. And slap it all back together and make sure all the bolts are tight. Oh, I was going to show you guys. Jesus, I got sidetracked with everything. All right, so I've been working on some products. This is the first one. All right. I think it's pretty damn cool. Not gonna lie. I hope it comes up fine. If not, I'll be posting a picture about it tomorrow. Come on, focus. Oh no, you can't see it. Dang it, you guys can't see it that good. Oh, that sucks. Can you see it now? Dang, there it goes. Bam. Look at that. Holy crap. Now that's my color. All right. I like the neon yellow. I'm a huge neon yellow. Favorite racer is Valentino Rossi, right behind Dale Earnhardt. Uh, dang, they came out. They came out good. I mean, They came out freaking good. They did a good job. Junior at Podium Products did a really good job with that. That and the the other stuff coming out later on, the carts graphics. It's looking really good. But the gloves turned out top notch. Definitely super happy with how the gloves turned out. Definitely. Can't wait. Well, man, we're coming up on 50 minutes. So if you guys got any questions, hit me up real quick. If not, I'm going to close out this video. Can I? No. No, you can't. You can clean the cart. You can clean the cart, Nicole. Oh. Yeah, everybody did ask the other day. I sold an AM. Um, I sold one of my VPs. I'm gonna be selling another VP, and I'm keeping a VP, and I'm buying something else as well. Yeah, the MGM is crazy fast. Bryce, you did an amazing job at the final round. Oh yeah, I do have to apologize. I said the MGM has two weaknesses, and Bryce proved me wrong. So I said the MGM's weakness are bumpy tracks and a loose track. Right? Um, what am I gonna buy? Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna buy yet. So a bumpy track and a loose track, and they went to an extremely bumpy track and an extremely free track. It took a couple adjustments. It really took a softer axle. Um, they put an N axle in it, which is the neutral axle for the OTKs. Cut, raised the chassis, and that was it. Cart came alive, and the track was super bumpy. And yeah, smoker gears. So everybody knows the setup I run. MGM chassis. I run just a stock setup, except I do have a OTK axle and rear hubs. Cart comes with MCP brakes. Um, and then I run the smoker gears mini quick chain system. And everybody asks me like, okay, why don't you run the rocket rim, or why didn't you go with the nitro gear? Um, it's the quick change hub system, right? That's that's it. Uh, the gears I keep reading over and over again. Um, strip gear towards the end of the race, strip gear here, gear strips here. People deal with a lot of gears that are stripping. I run. I asked Mike to make me some crazy ass gears. I know Insco saw them. I ran them in Jacksonville. It's a 3 skip tooth gear, right? Like I only have like maybe, I don't know, out of a 50 gear sprocket, there might be 12 teeth on it. Never had an issue. Hell, I ran a skip tooth for 12 hours straight. Zero issues. It's zero issues. It's crazy. Those gears do not. Yeah, it's the metal that he uses. He uses the metal is 7075. It's better than most of the metal out there. So the material is real premium. You don't have to buy gears over and over again. I've been reusing the same gears for 2 years now, and I don't have issues. Some people that they had issues with hub sliding. I don't have issues, and he put a he listened to feedback and decided to put set screws in. So basically, the new system is yeah, 12 hours on a Tilson with a skip tooth. So no, I don't run 35. I run 219. But for the endurance race, it was a 35 chain. It was a 35. Mine, I run a 219 gold chain. I don't run 35 chain anymore. I haven't run 35 chain in a couple years now. I run 219 everywhere I go. And I'm also the one that runs the smallest front driver that you can get. Like whenever you run a driver, front driver, everybody talks about going bigger driver, torque, crap, blah blah blah. Ratio's a ratio. I don't give a crap. I just run the smallest front driver I can. It does not make a difference at all to me. You guys, it's like snake and oil. Like, yeah, but if you do this, you do that, no. But the guy won with this, it doesn't matter. I I run the smallest front driver I can with the smallest rear driver I can. The only thing I do differently than everybody else is if you think you went too high on gear, 99% of the time, I have one tooth higher than you. I literally go around during practice, find the fastest guy on track, follow him. And if we're on the same gear, I'm going to go one tooth higher. A lot of the races I win because I outgear people. I'm usually not the fastest car on track. I just usually outgear you and just use and use it like a chess match. I plan. Everybody thinks, oh, was well, how's Hori run out of time? Or why doesn't is he not videotaping stuff? Or who's not recording? Because I'm watching video or planning my next attack against the competition. The only time it doesn't work is when I race Big Block Ross. All right. If I race him, it doesn't matter what fucking gear I'm using. If I don't have a super stock on, I ain't catching him. Congratulations on Noah this weekend. Phew, man, that guy. The reason. Okay, they went to a track in Odessa. That was a driver's track, right? That was a driver's track, and you saw it. You saw that the cart. You had to have a cart that had overall massive grip, and it was driver's track. I think they ran like 4.25 gear ratio, something ridiculously high. Well, Bryce was lugging it around until I kept telling him to add some damn teeth to the cart. Then he finally stacked some teeth on. But no, I mean, it was a driver's track. And apparently in practice, he was not very fast. And he was running off the track all the time. So I'm guessing that motor had to weigh a little bit too much power. Oh, man. I'm glad I didn't watch these live streams. They can't they can't kick me out again. You can't get double kicked out, I guess. You're banned from 2024. I'm never coming back. You're 1240. What? That's crazy. That's. I mean, 12. That's the smallest front driver you can get. How are you liking it, Dave? You're up north. Have you? Oh, so you've been racing, I guess, since you've been putting a 12.5 on it. Well, that's good. Thumbs up means good. Well, all right. I'm gonna close it up. We're almost to an hour. I don't want to be here too long. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate you guys coming out. Um, you can go down to 11 for a 35 chain. Damn. I didn't think you could go down that low because the crank. You'd be running to a crank issue size. I'm guessing you don't run a bearing. No bearing though. Got it. Yep. No, he does not. No, he just does the rears. Um, and then the bad thing about if you move over to the 219, you need to run as low as I do. I have a bully conversion to run 15. So that is that's the way I make it work. So I go a little bit lower. Some people still would run the 35 chain. I just switched over to 219 a long time ago though. It just rolls better for me. Definitely just rolls better. Man, I saw last. I always say I'm about to get off. I keep talking. I don't know why. I gotta say last. I just saw last stall video. They uh they came out. That was a pretty good. They made a big switch. I was very surprised they swapped from Ghost Racing. They went from Ghost Racing to Lawson. Dude, dang man, Lawson has been selling engines left and right. The whole grid's gonna be Lawson. It's insane. Insane how many people have swapped over. He makes good power. Makes really, really good power. Yeah, makes really good power. Solid guy too. You know his shit's gonna be legit. Unless you talk shit. All right, I'll stop. I'm gonna stop. All right, DQ'd, so it doesn't matter. I don't know, man. To be honest, I if they don't check cam timing, I don't know. To be honest, he probably bores out the jet a little bit, advances the timing, calls it good because that Aspen's fuel's like 98. That's what I would do. Oh man. Oh, I just need an engine builder. I just need to buy a dyno and just fuck around with it. Be like, all right, we'll do this. All right, and be like, this is your TSRS motor. Here you go. All I do is check spark plug and carb. You'll be fine. And if we sponsor a class, we win every time, and then we'll be good to go because we sponsored the class. We paid to win. All right, no shit, no shift talking. You guys gonna get me fucking in trouble. Yeah, I didn't do a live video afterwards. I just didn't feel like it was needed or anything. I think I said my piece. They've I guess I pushed their buttons because they've never done a race recap, and they felt the need to say a race recap, but it wasn't really a race recap. It was basically talking about me and how I use social media and blah blah blah. Just because I was calling them out on their stuff. So no, I highly do not recommend racing their series at all unless you're looking for a really, really bad time. And then the worst thing is that the people are nice. Some of the like the grid people are nice. But there's half the people are good and half the people are bad. That's the problem. Like your driver liaison guy, that guy's a piece of shit. It's horrible. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. It's horrible. I give CKNA a lot of shit, man. Those old farts, man. All they want to do is just pick on me. Just pick on me because just pick on them all the time. But if they take the time to tell you, like if they see something a little weird, they're like Jorge or whoever it is. And like I said, like there was an issue with fuel at one of the races. We've been using the same gallon of fuel, everything. They went to the fuel store because they ran out of fuel. They got new fuel and it got contaminated. But they took the time like to figure it out. They're like, hold on, all right, let's figure this out. And Brett took the time too. Like Brett can be like, get out of my face. No, he took the time. Okay, well, let's figure this out. Jorge, I mean, Jorge's crazy. He says a lot of shit, but you know, he wouldn't cheat. So he goes over there, checks, dumps it. He has a can. They check that can. It's good fuel. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I literally say I don't know what to say. I literally got the fuel from this here. He goes, okay. So he dumps out the fuel. I should say he poured the fuel into the truck. And then pumps new fuel into a can. They test it and it fails. And he's like, all right, there's something up. But they made an adjustment. They didn't say, all right, we're never going to check fuel again. Now I've been stupid. They didn't say that. They adjusted to the situation, right? They found a problem, right? Then they came up with a solution to that problem. They just didn't find a problem and ignore it, like with the weight scales. They found a problem and adjusted. So they had two jars. They had a jar for if you bought fuel yesterday, it's supposed to be this reading. If you bought fuel today, it's supposed to be this reading. And they checked them, and it's two different readings. I don't think there was a damn difference, and it made a freaking difference at all, to be honest. I, to be honest, I think I went slower. If anything, it hurt me. All right, I went slower because of it. But he made an adjustment. He's like, okay, this we know it's good. We know it's fuel. It's just basically the same shit. For some reason, it's reading off. But this is what's going to be it. If it doesn't read close to this, now something's screwing with thing. And this is from the other fuel. So if we get this type of reading, it's going to be the same. So it came with an adjustment. All right. It wasn't just like, oh, well, this is bad. We're just going to throw all fuel out. We're never going to test fuel, or all the fuel testing is going to be fine. No, they didn't do that. They just made sure that they had two different readings up there. And same thing when like they're up to date on stuff. They know like when something's coming up, or Briggs put something out, or if they've tested so many things over and over again, they can see there's an issue. Like I said with my head passed tech, but if you measured a certain way, it would it would be borderline. Like it'd be like close. So they looked at it, and they explained their whole process to me. They checked the machine markings on the head. Uh, the machines look like factory, but the machine's markings can't be used to DQ you, I guess. They see that there was no grind marks and no alterations, so they confiscated the head, and they said, "We're going to take this head out of circulation." They made some notes to it, and then they handed me a brand new head. I was not happy because that man had to take my damn head to somebody to get the valves reseated. But at least they explained the whole process to me of why they were doing what they were doing and what was the discrepancy that they found. So I greatly appreciate them for doing that. And it's not the first time. Um, um, you guys saw the video I got my first penalty from CKNA on an incident out on track. I took I filled out the proper paperwork. I protested it. They took the time to record it. They talked to everybody around. Bam, it got overturned. But they took the time. They did their due diligence to look into it. So even though I give them a lot of shit, they did their due diligence. Same thing with WK. Man, I talk shit about WK so freaking much. I mean, you can see the numbers on WK. They've gone down the drain. The only people race Daytona is because it's Daytona. Let's be honest. But on the flip side, when you go to a WK event, it's ran well, professionally. I mean, the guy's an asshole that runs it, the president, but whatever. But it's run well and professionally. Tech is done really, really well. They make sure everything is legal. They're up to date on their shit. If they find an issue, they adjust as well. So that's why I like WK when it comes to in that regard. I'm not a big fan. You gotta buy a license to race their event, and then it's mostly the road racing side that I have an issue with. I don't have much issues with the sprint racing side myself. I have an issue with the road racing side of the house, um, especially when you like doping tires and letting a pusher push the whole race, and then he breaks down coming to a checkered flag and pulls into a pits when you clearly see that he's just out there to push the guys. That's a different story. But yeah. So, depending on what's going to be happening in September, my plans are either WK or SSKC. I'm hoping I can make the 24-hour event. Endurance racing out in Kershaw. I'll be doing a that's the last video. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about endurance racing. Um, out in Kershaw, and then the Grands. So that's what's coming down the pipeline for jam racing. Those are the ones I can't wait to get back on track. I can't wait to get the new MGM out there. I've already driven it, uh, just not mine personally, but thanks to Bryce, Frank, Chuck, Frank, I've driven the 23. It's the 22 ain't bad. Mine wasn't bad at all. I'm pretty sure you just need a couple of tweaks here and there, but the 23 is just he changed it up that you can run less caster, less negative camber without losing the front end feel of the cart. And mid to high speed corners, you can see the cart just flies around the corner. It just keeps accelerating. And I thought it had a weakness. I really, really thought it had when it came to bumpy tracks, and then it came to slick tracks, I was extremely worried. But just basically doing a couple tweaks here and there, and the cart did amazing too. So, uh, stupid happy about the MGM. It was a great move in the end to go that route. I like the Burrell in the rain. That was just me. I think when the grip level came up too high because of my size, it was just too soft. And the OTK was overall good to drive. Just the brakes were too much for 206. Um, and I never got really a clean run. Sorry, Chuck. I broke like half the cart. It wasn't my fault. Remember that. I really didn't get clean. My only clean run was basically qualifying, which was my first session on track. Cart felt great. First heat, bent steering column, bent tire rod, bent everything. Um, second, uh, second race, completely missed the gearing. Third race, what happened to third race? Third race, hub slid in. It was just one thing after. In the finals, I broke the seat. First turn, went right through the seat. I was dragging ass the whole race, and freaking the seat post was in my freaking side. And I don't wear a rib protector, so I felt it the whole time. And it was the right side, and the whole track was nothing but left hand damn turns for 20 minutes straight. It was horrible. All right, now I'm getting off. I'm calling it quits. I'm done. Thanks, guys. Definitely be doing probably another live stream next Friday. Please tune in. What is next Friday? Yeah, we'll do one next Friday. Yeah, don't use the brakes. They just suck. There's too much braking power. That's all it is. Next Friday we'll do another live stream. Um, oh, we just talk shit. I'll figure out how to do the whole Google search stuff. Come up with questions. Then we'll have a good time. We'll BS about karting. Hit that like button. Share, subscribe. I'll be getting a pair of gloves, and then I'll be doing a video. I owe you guys a giveaway, and the giveaway will be a pair of gloves. So I'm going to be doing it. I mean, I'll explain on the video, but I'll be doing it just like the other thing. I'll put a video up. You guys will leave comments. I'll go live. I'll use comment picker. Basically filter out the duplicates. Um, I'll make sure I put a keyword in there. Don't know what the keyword is yet. And then we'll pick. You tell me your glove size, and then I'll send you a pair of gloves. Then you can have a pair of jam racing gloves that look badass. All right, guys. Thanks for watching in. Love you guys. Catch you guys on track.